I was thinking I might have something to do with her not feeling great. Mrs. Cake?
Zombie! Hey, remember when Season 6 was going to explore Equestria? No? Well, then I hope you like pranks because this episode is full of them. Okay, so was it at least worth my time? Let's find out. Rainbow Dash is starting to take her pranking a little too seriously as she goes on a rampage which leaves the town very annoyed. Even then, she takes it to another level when she switches out Scout cookies with her personal prank cookies that will stain everyone's mouths with rainbow coloring. But the plan backfires spectacularly when it turns all of the townspeople into cookie-craving zombies. Will Rainbow Dash survive? Well, the episode can't end with carnage, so I think a better question is, does this episode manage to entertain and not feel like a scrapped idea for a fanfiction? Firstly, the pranking that Rainbow Dash does seems out of place half the time. I mean, pranks like messing with Spike's letters and moving Applejack outside seem to fit, and the sewing machine cake bit was actually very funny. But then there's things like replacing Cranky's wig with a skunk. That just really seems to be pushing it considering how unfunny that is for the guy who has to take tomato baths for the next 2 weeks. Also, she shouldn't be pranking Fluttershy considering how sensitive she is to this stuff, so yeah, continuity shattered. Half the time they don't even seem like pranks, like placing a brick in a sandwich or throwing a boulder onto Big Mac's wagon just to slow down his work. And her grand master plan was dyeing everyone's mouths? I get the feeling that Dash has a really boring sense of humor. No offense, but I think she can do better. Also, I'm not exactly sure why everyone is suddenly having problems with Dash's pranking. I mean, I understand the wig replaced with the skunk, but things like the whoopee cushion and the sewing machine cake seem like the type of harmless stuff they've shrugged off in the past. So why are they now treating them with these annoyed looks? Maybe the jokes got old to them, but the episode doesn't make that clear. Even the basic premise the story is built around is a relatively boring idea. Rainbow Dash learning a lesson about not letting her pranks get out of hand seems like a really lame lesson for her to learn. And if this is a lesson that she needed to learn, it gives me the impression that she acted too childish in this episode. That's not to say the episode doesn't have any good stuff. Some of the pranks were enjoyable and at times very funny. These were the pranks that didn't go too far but weren't pulled back enough, allowing for a proper balance of being annoying and humorous at the same time. And the parts where everybody starts acting like zombies is actually fairly creepy. It uses everything to its advantage to match the mood, from the slow build-up to the scares to the pale colors with lighting and shadow effects to match the tone. And the facial expressions of many of the characters has a haunting vibe to them. And the rainbow coloring on everyone's faces matches very nicely. They blend in with the faded color so they're not sticking out too much, and at the same time they have a way of drawing your attention to them since they are supposed to be the symptoms of turning into a zombie. It's a very well put together third act that helps to make up for the episode's generic premise. So, was 28 pranks later a waste of time? I wouldn't say that, as I did enjoy stuff in the episode. However, there's not much reason to watch it again since it doesn't really do all that much with its setup. I can't say it's a bad episode because it doesn't really do anything relatively wrong, it just didn't interest me. I guess if you just want to see everybody acting like zombies for a while, that will suit you fine. Otherwise, it's not an episode that I would watch again sometime soon. MisAnthro Pony, over and out.
Pony's pulled off an amazing prank! I'll have to work extra hard to top it. Gotcha!